case. Okay, guys, so thank you. So this is our October director Zoom. Again, just giving us a chance to sort of connect once a month this way with some ideas and things. One of the, just to give you guys again to highlight, I wanted to a couple of things. And Terry and Pam, this might not be as relatable, I guess, to you guys, just because it's sort of veering to, but we did start the new director bound from the Want More that we had last week. We had quite a few people on there, and so now on the director bound, we have, I know I've got 5 people from my first line. Heidi has 2 people. Tori has 2 people. There was another, Shannon Heath has 2 people at least as well. So we've got a good group in there of people that have said, yes, I want more. Yes, I want to do the director bound. And I haven't had anyone as of today decide to cancel out. So that's the really good thing is by this time last time we had people going, yeah, no, that looks too hard. I don't think I want to do that. So yes, Terry, you and Pam are still on that page. So you can definitely jump in. I just had the first call last night for this one.
I was hoping to get on the new round, and I didn't know it started till last night after I saw the recording. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys are still in the director bound group, so all of the announcements and stuff have been in there. So
yeah, because I'm going to call my people this week and find out if they're happy where their business is or if they want more.
Okay. One of the things I also wanted to make sure, and I mentioned this on our team meeting, do you remember, Jen, that first weekend in March that Judy Joel is going to be, we're going to do that meeting. I know Dot is involved in training that, but or setting that up, and that's going to be down in Portsmouth. And I believe it's going to be like Friday night. I think they'll probably have a director thing, and then Saturday will sort of be for everybody. So people do just need to go down for the morning, but just so you guys have that sort of on your calendar, we make sure we keep that alive as well for people too.
So like you're talking the first?
Thanks. Let me just see if I did put it in my calendar. She had told me, I haven't talked to Dot since she's been back from Exec Sem. So we were supposed to have a conversation. Yeah, I'm going to say.
Mark it off because I will book a party that night if I don't mark it off.
Yeah, do block off the 1st through the 3rd. I'm going to text her right now just to verify that, but I know it's got to be that weekend because the next weekend's my birthday, and I know that it wasn't that weekend.
Of what month?
March 1st and 2nd. It looks like, again, Judy will be in the Portsmouth area. And again, it's for Dot's group, which is our group, but she's going to picking Portsmouth because it's easier for the Vermont group to come over and stuff like that. Was the Judy visit March 1st and 2nd? So we can just get it on and we'll be able to, like you said, Jen, I think that's a good idea to hold those off at this point. It's nice to know.
I know it's so far away, but if we don't talk about it until like a couple months before, I can guarantee it. So
yes,
okay,
I agree. On that note as well, we should also make sure that the I hope if we look in, oh yeah, Dot just confirmed that is the date.
okay,
that January 4th through the 6th will be our director retreat.
okay.
Yeah, no. We're going to have fun without you, Terry. So make sure that you guys put that on your calendar too. 4th through the 6th for our director retreat.
Pam and I will be in Las Vegas, though.
Oh, darn it.
For what?
Teresa Brown.
Oh.
She invited us to her director retreat.
In Vegas? Yes, sorry, girls. We're not going to Vegas. We're going to Freeport.
Well, it's like her and her bunch of group of people that they do a big one. They just didn't do one last year.
Mm.
So I'd rather be with you guys though, just so you know.
Cozied up in your pajamas next to the ocean in Freeport.
Hmm.
All right, so make sure you guys have that on there. I think numbers wise, we're probably going to be at the same cottage again, which that was our goal last year, not to be at the same cottage. But I think we will be. It's nice and easy and close, but that will be good. I'll give you guys more information on that.
Somebody don't forget to pack paper to start the fire.
Okay, so here's what I was thinking that I would like to talk about on our call today, because I was thinking about how those metal straws came out today, and we talking about the what I'm thinking about is we talk about creating activity for our teams. And last month when we were on our director call, we were talking about that whole making the plan, making the big plan. And a lot of, I think when we talk about this planning, and the big takeaway that I got from Stacy Itzel's thing was the whole, that it wasn't just Stacy, but she was the one who was harping on the whole that you have to schedule it. If we're not scheduling things to do on our weekly calendar, that then we're just playing hobby here with our business. So, and not just planning our parties and scheduling those, but scheduling and saying, okay, Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm doing coaching, or Wednesdays are my day that I'm going to send out happy mail, or those kind of things. That's where I think that we can get things really organized and be effective. But also, as we have new consultants or new directors that come up, I think that gives them, we can sort of limit, because we know that if we just have all this stuff out there and we don't schedule it, it just feels a lot more overwhelming, right? Feels like it takes a whole lot of time. We feel like we're not doing the job that we should be doing. So it's just, but if it's on there as your to-dos on Monday and Friday to put people on the crazy, if it's on those kind of things, that's just part of your to-do for that day. Doesn't matter when you do it that day, but that's got to be done that day. That's where I think the planning and really makes a big deal. So that being said, what about when we talk about activity for our teams, using the incentives that the home office has given us? What can we, they're not going to sleep. What can we do to help our teams get excited and be active by using those home office incentives? Nobody's making eye contact.
We talked about the straws at our last meeting, and we have a girl on our team, well, it's actually on Pam's team, who is in college, and she had a fundraiser all about reducing plastic over the straws on her campus.
With those, or just, oh, she did.
Like she presented it to her campus or somehow her school, and is doing a fundraiser all around the straws to reduce plastic at her campus, because I mean it's the movement.
It is.
Yep. Yeah, write that down for Miss Emma Jean.
Who would you then give? I wonder who's she giving the fundraising funds to?
I don't know if I don't know that maybe she didn't do it as a fundraiser. Well, Kayla Dorks
campaign.
Yeah, Kayla Dorks is on our team page, so reach out to her and ask her what she did on our team page.
Okay.
Because we challenged everybody at our last meeting to be active by today. I don't think it went too well, sadly.
Are we hearing that people are having trouble more than usual right now?
Booking shows?
Mm-hmm. Any more than normal?
Yes.
You haven't even been listening, Megan. You've been talking to whoever else is right there.
No, I was half listening about people having problem booking shows.
Yes,
Yes.
you're hearing that.
Yes,
Like,
I think.
Normally.
What was that?
Like abnormally, you think?
I think.
Go ahead.
I think 50% is them,
Mm-hmm.
and the other 50% isn't. And then I've also heard that they're having a hard time getting qualifying parties because of all the changes with Facebook and things like that. But I was just reading, someone did just say that they're thinking about doing like a pilot and actually trying it on the person's personal Facebook page. They're not going to go all crazy with the posting, but that way their friends see it and they can tag people. And just like regular Facebook, if you want to see it, scroll on by kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to post six times a day.
Mm-hmm.
Do two and two, like batch posting.
Mm-hmm.
And then that will, I think they said with the Facebook algorithms, that will make that person's feed, because the feed is active, to pop up on more timelines. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to do, I think it was a product and a product tutorial, a recipe and a product, and then like a game and an interactive post or something like that. So I don't know if that will make a difference or not.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about with virtual parties. That's what we're talking about, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that my bookings are stronger this month because of something that Shelby worked on for Mike for his Norwex business, and I saw him do it at his party, and I quickly jumped on. And that because, let's see, all of my bookings except for one this month are because of the game that she did, and my thing is upstairs. But she did, it's called Deal or No Deal, and she's created all the here's some of them. Can you guys read those?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have 11 envelopes, and in each envelope you have something different. So one is a grand prize winner. There's only one of those, and you give away, you can pick whatever, but we've been doing $20 in free product because it makes people want to be that one lucky person to get 20 in free. There's a free product, so I have a bowl of a bunch of little small stuff people can pick. There's free shipping, but the majority of them is host a live Pampered Chef cooking show. Obviously, I'm doing mine at parties. And so what the deal is people walk in, they roll, you introduce yourself, you hand them a catalog and a pen, you say, oh, would you do me a favor, roll the dice, put it at the top of your order form. They write it down, you don't say anything until later. And then you say, okay guys, it's time to play a game. We've got Deal or No Deal. I'm going to give you an envelope corresponding to the number that you rolled earlier, but hold on to it, don't open it up. And then she's typed out what to say. And I've been pleasantly surprised at the people who have been playing, because they do know that if they book a show, they're booking a show, and people are still taking envelopes. So to me, that's saying that they are, they would be willing to host a show. And my show on October 7th was just shy of $1,000. And the lady that took the envelope was 80 something that got the party. And her daughter did it together. I had two this month that had to cancel because of a family death. Okay, not, but all of mine this week are because of that. So,
well, I would love for you to track that, because I'm watching Jen Howe fidget around, because we did this several years ago.
It was a dice game, yeah, and I had this horrible experience. I didn't explain the directions perfectly, and I got a lot of negative feedback, and I had a few angry people that were like, you deceived us. So
But I
I
thought
left.
the biggest thing I think that happened from it that we found, what I remember, Jen, is that you had a lot of cancellations because you had people that were booking parties not because necessarily they wanted all kinds of stuff. They did it
Yeah.
because
I mean, I did.
that little game.
Right. I mean, I did get some good quality parties from it too, but
Mhm.
the reason I stopped using it was because of that one negative. I just
So-
had a.
I did a party, what was it, on the 3rd, and I was still new at reading this, and I didn't read it, and I thought I had it kind of more memorized. And this one lady played, and she got book a party, and she was just like, pretty much, nope. And so I tried asking her, she'd do it online, if she'd do a catalog, and she was like, there's no way in hell I am having a party. I'm like, okay, I just backed off,
Mhm.
And so there was another lady there who plays this at her show. She is a different company. And I said, could I have done anything different? She goes, no, you asked different ways. If they still said no, because even that lady from the other company goes, well, you got to do it. She's like, nope. So now I make a really big deal about you are not obligated to play. Because here's what we say, okay, so Tori, if you get free shipping in your envelope, you have to take free shipping, okay? And then you say, okay, Jen, if you win the grand prize, you have to pick extra $20 in free product, okay? All right,
Yeah.
Pam, if you get free product, you have to draw a prize from my bowl. Okay, so Megan, if you get book a party, you have to book a party, okay? So you guys know what's on the line here. And I have had people hand me their envelopes back and say, if I get book a party, I don't want to play. And
Right, and that is how it was explained, but they were under the impression that there was more prizes than they thought that there was more prizes than book a party. And that's where I had made the mistake. They thought that there was more prizes than I had said. I just didn't explain the prize.
I think we have five or six book a parties. And then, well, no, I think we have 5 book a parties, and I don't know how many shippings, but I don't know. I've had results with it, and I'm going to continue doing it because I have one show on my calendar for November, and that's just not going to work.
No. Can you share the prize? Do you have it like a PDF or anything, a file that you can share with us, or at least share a picture?
I'm going to ask Shelby for it because she's the one that typed it all up and done all that stuff, because she was doing that. She was making them up and selling them to the team as part of their, like if they wanted it, she was doing all the labels and the envelopes and the dice, because we ordered all that stuff for our team so that they didn't have to go out and recreate it, but I can get that from her.
Oh, so she's like making money on it.
Yeah. Because I don't have the directions. I have to get all that from her. So
Yeah, I guess directions would be more important because we can make up whatever we want to give away. Directions, I think, would be the most important.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was all in the wording. And like I said, I've only had one lady who really had an issue with it. And, she just wasn't, I didn't present it right. And so that was my fault. So I just took the blame on that one.
Right. And that's just the problem that I had. I just had that one experience where I didn't explain it right, and I just pissed off quite a few people at that party. So that's when I stopped using it. I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it might be a good tool, but.
Well, the other thing, Anna, one other thing that I was thinking about of how we could utilize, you were asking this and it took my brain a minute, how we can utilize what the company is giving us. November host. If you look at what we have, the most expensive one is the 6-piece non-stick cookware set. We could go back to deal of the day where you get the piece of whatever it is for the price of the day that you book with a qualifying show. Those are a little bit more expensive. Or the other thing that I have done to get bookings on months that I'm lower on is like the grill pan at $91.60, divide it in half. We pay half of it, so we could give the grill pan away. So we could say there's a $229 grill pan for only $45.80 with a qualifying show. My qualifying shows are always $750 because as a new consultant, that's when they're getting paid 23%. So it's more obtainable for them. And then they're still making, so $750 times 23% is $172.50.
It's only 22% at $750. It goes to 20% and then it jumps up to 22 at $750, 23 at
okay. So, all right. So fine. I did the wrong. Okay. So yeah, that's right. So 165. So they're still making $165. And if they gave away a $45 gift, they're still making $120, but they're in front of people.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things that I've done. Price of the day, halving the special, the deal or no deal.
One of the things I think we need to do too, though, is to, and I don't know, maybe that is totally relatable and it's over to virtual parties, but how do we do the same kind of a deal?
The price of the day or the other one? Price of the day is on the date they close their party.
Right.
Because,
but,
go ahead.
Yeah. But we just would have to do the same thing. You know, that's we've got so many people that are doing virtual right now that I wonder.
Yeah. So for example, so somebody books a virtual party. If we close them out on, let's just say you guys close your parties out on Sundays. Okay. That's the day it's 100% it's closed. You wrap it all up. Someone closes their party out on the 4th, they're going to get it for $4. If they close it on the 11th, it's 11. The 18th, it's 18, or the 25th, it's $25. That encourages them to submit their show because if people aren't on direct ship, they're not active until they complete their show.
I totally get that, and I understand. My thought, I guess, in my head, and this is probably a total belief thing for me, is that when we talk about the qualifying show, that it's a lot harder to get to $750. Am I right, Corey? $750 on a virtual party than it is on a catalog show or on a Facebook party. I mean, on a cooking show.
Okay, so here's what I've done. I've done this before, and I said $750 was my level, and the host got to $700, and I didn't give it to her. So if people want it bad enough, they will get outside orders. They will work because I know Tori and Pam for sure have both had shows over $1,000. Okay. So it's doable. Is it going to be doable for everybody? No, but maybe it'll make them work just a little bit harder. I mean, I don't know, but we can't go much lower in that because then you've got a consultant paying for part of a product.
One of the things I'd seen Heidi Coffin put on was offering like a free gift for people hosting parties right now, like those straws. You know, popping, you know, just saying a free, brand new product for free if you host a part, you know, and again, you could say qualifying party, but maybe if it's a virtual party, then the qualifying party is $300 or something, that they would get a virtual party. Put those babies to sleep, Tori. That they would get that they would get a set of the straws for free. And again, that's $650 at 20% off. You know, I don't know. You know, just to sort of help them along, just to get things on the calendar. What about you know, I was thinking as well, and I don't know, you know, again, when we use the quick cooker and it's in front of them, I know at cooking shows and stuff when I'm using it, people are booking for it. I've had people buy them outright kind of thing. What I was thinking about was going on live on my team page and showing them how to talk about the quick cooker, even if they don't have it. Because again, we've got a lot of newer consultants that don't have it in their hand. So showing them how to talk about it with the catalog just like it would be, you know what I mean? Like that's a skill we've talked about before, is that, you know, they don't have to have everything, especially with so many new consultants starting for that $29 kit. They don't have a whole lot of products. So showing them how they can talk about the quick cooker without actually having it, you know, using the catalog as a sales tool, because then they really could do that with any product.
So I would be interested to watch that, because I mean, I feel like I do an all right job, but I sure haven't sold them outright. I do have people booking for them, but I'm also demonstrating a recipe with mine, and people are having the wow factor of the flavor at the end of the recipe. So I would be interested to give the quick cooker spiel without them tasting something to be impressed by.
Well, but that's what everybody's doing in virtual parties. You know, like that, because they're not tasting anything that way. But again, I just want to sort of I just feel like I just want to give them the words on what to say. I know we've had it, there must be something even from Michael Yoakley and stuff. I was thinking, but again, he's got it in front of them so that somebody could be, if they were standing at a party, at a cooking show, that they were actually had the catalog there, that they could, you know, talk about it to somebody, or even if they were out and about and had the catalog, that they would still be able to talk to them about how incredible it is and what it does to sort of pique their interest.
Maybe that's a meeting activity that we could do, is because I remember Tom Marston was teaching a class a gazillion years ago, conference, and he said he forgot his products at home and all he had was his paperwork bag and had like $1 billion show. And it was all because of how we used the catalog. And maybe that's what we need to go back to, is teaching people how to talk about the products without the products. I mean, and I guess, I mean, you're right. That is what virtual is, in a sense.
It's just using those different parts. But yeah, I think just using the words, you know, and I think those are maybe the kind of things that, you know, we talk about with, you know, Facebook and stuff, and, you know, things are different, because I know you guys are still doing a live in person part of your meeting that way. We're not so much, you know, we're doing, I mean, I'll do a recipe night as well to be able to do it, but, you know, we do have the opportunity to tap on to them once or twice a week, something quick. Again, we're not talking that this is going to take a whole lot of time, and we don't want it to take a whole lot of time. But if we have it scheduled that on Mondays, we're going to go on and do something about sales or selling activity and do a quick live for them, but that's on your schedule every Monday or every Tuesday or whatever it is, that again, it could just be, these are the kind of things it could be. It could be, you know, doing a quick live like this. You know, I was thinking, Pampered Chef has that great video about, I was thinking about the metal straws, but, you know, Grace has been on this whole kick about the straws for quite a while. There's got to be other articles and things out there about the straw system. So, you know, just putting that on for, you know, for our teammates and stuff, they've got more information to be able to go with, to be able to talk about it, you know, and to get people excited about them. You know, I love the product challenges that we keep putting out there and stuff, like with the knives. I did it and stuff as well. But I guess I so want our people to, I'd much rather them, I mean, I want them to get any sales, but I don't want to get away from teaching them how to book a party, you know what I mean? And how to actually hold a full party. That's probably one of the big, just one of the things that I want to help them be able to do. Hold on, Milo has to go outside. Keep talking.
So there's somebody on my team, I'm not naming names, but she hasn't really done a whole lot with her business, and she decided to try the knife challenge, and instead of putting it creating a party, or because she said there wasn't enough for a party, instead of doing it or even asking me how to do it as an individual order, she did it as a consultant order.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah. So I'm like, well, you know, you're not going to get any commission off that, right?
But she
Well,
probably,
why not?
well, she probably made some money because the commission order was less expensive, right?
For
But
dirt.
plus they limit, like we can only order a certain number of things.
Which leads me to believe that she's not actually doing it.
Oh.
She's one that is telling me she's doing things, but she's not actually doing it because she has like 8 other businesses.
Oh, one of those, huh?
Yeah. But I was like, well, I don't see your, because she's like, I placed the order. And I'm like, well, I don't see it anywhere. And she's like, oh, no, it's there. And I'm like, well, not on my side. And I go, did you put it as a consultant order? She goes, yeah, like back office or whatever it is. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's not how you do it. So you probably should have asked me first. And I appreciate your consultant, Jen, Katie.
What?
Katie, your new consultant.
I don't have a consultant named Katie.
Christy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
She gave me 6 catalogs this
Oh,
weekend.
good.
Yeah. So I stopped by your house and I met her dog because it was out
Such a
there running around.
sweet person.
Oh my gosh. She's like, I said, well, is $5 okay for 6 catalogs? She goes, I'd really rather just meet up with you maybe for coffee and you can give me the 6 catalogs back. And I was like, okay, that's fine.
She'll probably ask
much
you.
help from everybody that I can.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say she'll probably ask you 3,700 questions.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I tell everybody's consultants, if, we're chatting or whatever, I'm like, I feel free to ask me anything you want to ask me. I was like, always go to your director first. I was like, but if they're not available and you need to get a hold of somebody, don't be afraid to ask me. And if I don't know the answer, then I'll go to somebody else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always make sure that they have somebody else.
I've been working on her for 2 years.
Yeah, she said that.
She needs a lot of clarification before she makes decisions.
Yeah, she was very sweet.
Yeah.
She saved me.
I'm glad. We've all been in that place before.
Well, I have a woman that wanted to do just catalog party twice a year. And I guess she's been doing it forever, but her consultant left and stuff and she didn't have her anymore. And then she found me. So anyways, I sent her some catalogs and then I have another fundraiser that I'm doing for my brother's ex-girlfriend from years ago. Her little girl, she's a month older than Peyton and Kyle and she has cerebral palsy.
Oh,
yeah. So she's finally going to get the surgery that she deserves, but the insurance won't cover all of it. So they need like $4,000.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give her 10% of the sales out of my pocket.
Nice.
And do it just like that, not like a fundraiser, but my own fundraiser. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have a cooking party tomorrow.
How did it go?
I just mailed them all out.
Did it go good?
Yeah, I mean, only a couple of people showed up, but it's for my friend that I watch, her little boy Jackson. He's actually sleeping upstairs right now.
Yes.
At least I think they're all asleep. How you?
Now they're not. No.
My house is a stone house downstairs, but not upstairs. So when you're upstairs, you can't hear a damn thing downstairs that's going on. And they have their machine on and stuff. So, but they can't hear me. I could scream at the top of my lungs right now. And they'd be like,
What about, I was thinking about,
What? We can't hear you. Is she talking to us?
hold on.
We're holding.
I'm dog sitting, so there's extra dogs here too, and they all need to go out right at the same time.
oh, so you're in my boat, but with dogs.
Yeah, exactly. So what about, what I was thinking about was, when we've talked about like the recruiting activity and stuff, again, we want to stay on the same kind of recruiting momentum and how we've had some new people start this month, recruit with people that have not, they've never recruited before. And it's all because of the wave of momentum that we had from last month. So what it makes me think about is how many times have I put on something like for an activity or something and maybe do it 1 month and it doesn't really work really hot. And so just sort of bounce out of it. So my thought is just, again, coming up with these kind of consistent schedules and plans to be posting or to be bringing stuff up about activity every week, that if that would sort of create that kind of momentum. Does that make sense?
One thing, when you were saying that, Anna, one thing I was thinking about as we're looking at our reports, what if a consultant, non-director, a consultant recruited that week or had an amazing virtual party or had an amazing cooking show? Why don't we do like a consultant spotlight for the week and highlight them? Because everybody likes to be in the light, well, not everybody, but a lot of people like to be recognized, and you could say, the consultant this week who show blah, 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 or whatnot,
Well, and I think that would be good on teams. We'd have to watch. It probably couldn't be per week for some of the teams that are smaller. That would be my only, because you'd be sort of running out of people, or you'd be doing the same person every month, or every week. But I like doing that. I like the idea of, again, it's all about that recognition. I think is important. Hold on.
We're kind of like a competition, like Megan and I are doing this month. So whoever books 4 or more parties gets put into a drawing, and at the end of the month, we'll pick somebody out of the drawing and they'll win a prize. So that's helping people get more involved in the bookings. And then I created a sheet, like a picture, and every time somebody has 4 or more bookings, I add their name and how many bookings they have to it, and I post it, and I'm like, oh, look, we're growing, who's next, stuff like that. That kind of gets them, the people who are more competitive anyways.
I know the one thing that I got away from, and it's all personal, it's not anything to do with what the team was doing. I just have totally dropped the ball on so much this year. But I used to do the 50 show team, and honestly, if our team hit 50 shows anytime for the rest of this year, I'd pee my pants. I'd be so excited. So I feel like I need to go back and start recreating those Monday habits. Like every time I hear you say that, Anna, do the Monday schedule, it's a huge difference in the team's activity and their camaraderie and the culture. That's the word I'm looking for. The culture has totally been jacked up because I know I have been personally absent, and I haven't been doing the consistent Monday, showing what everybody's doing, and talking to them and encouraging them to do the shows. And I think it is a weekly thing, and it may not be a weekly consultant recognition, but, and also a consultant recognition doesn't mean you were number 1 either.
Right. But it's what I'm just thinking is if we've got some teams that only have 5 consultants, it's hard to do a weekly thing, or you're going to have the same person, but I like it. I like the idea. And and it could really be done anytime through the month, some of the different, but I think that that's a great point, that you were really good at that and then have gotten away with it, and that you've seen the difference. I sort of think that I've seen the difference with the recruiting on our team, on my personal team, because I've set that goal, and that's been sort of what our team is working towards, is that goal. So, and just when you're consistent with that, when you make the goal and then you're consistent with highlighting it. So same like with you, Tori, the goal is that people book 4 parties, or the goal is that you submit 50. I think you've got to figure out what it is that you want to have happen. And it's a lot of different things. It's not just one thing, but that you're able to highlight them all. and keep it in front of them.
And knowing your consultants, because like there is one consultant that she doesn't do a whole lot of parties, but she gets sales.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not getting sales in the way that I want her to get sales,
Mm-hmm.
but she's getting sales. So we don't do the if you have this much sales or anything like that anymore, because she'll blow out of the water.
Mm.
And she's the only one that's been getting prizes. So that's why we're trying to change it so that other people have the opportunity to win too.
Mm-hmm.
So just knowing how your consultants do things and how they work, so that you.
And I'm just saying this, throwing this out there. No matter what we do, we're not going to make all of our consultants happy, and we have to know that we are being the best we can be. And if some people don't like the way we do things, then it's not malicious.
I can only guess who you're talking about.
Oh God, you have no idea. And I haven't even told you about the past month.
Oh,
I know. So we're not even going there. But yeah.
all right. All right. Well, what else do we want to talk about? I mean, that's really what I wanted to just sort of be able to talk about, to just focus on that importance of we've got to schedule it. You've got to schedule it, and that's going to be, again, creating the activity of culture, the culture of activity. That's one of the, as directors, that's one of the 3 cultures that we want to be promoting: team activity, rapid high pace growth, right? Isn't that the one? And then advertising, talk about the career plan, which I think we're doing that, especially with our director bound and stuff like that. But we want to make sure that we can do both, especially right now when it's our biggest sales, this biggest selling season too. I'm wondering if we do some sort of a video. I know there's been one out there about how to do the consultant connection emails too, to drive sales towards your website. That's another thing when we start getting into this time of year, a lot of online orders, right? So just to sort of let them, because I think, again, I don't think a whole lot of consultants know how to do that, the online stuff, right? The consultant connection.
It's very overwhelming. I think and look how long we've been doing this, and sometimes we forget how to do things. And I want to go back to where, and this is the thing I liked about Post My Party, was that I knew I could set a daily post up and then redo it. I got to learn that with ScentShare. But have a one tip or post every day about something that could enhance their business and keep repeating it, because, we're creatures of habit, of repetition, I mean. So they need to keep hearing the same things over and over. I used to remember how to do a record myself video, but now I don't remember. So I guess we just do it Zoom and then record ourselves and then YouTube it.
That's what I do. Share the screen and just take, yeah.
Okay. And then once we do it and we share it that month, if we didn't like the way it worked, we can always redo it,
Yeah. So I think it's just to be conscious of that, thinking about that, how we can get them, more ideas and how to do. One of the things that I've been involved, or what I sort of been watching with my new consultants too, is in their Facebook parties, how many times they're actually putting a booking post, or how many times, they're putting a recruiting post. And sometimes it's not a whole lot, or when they're putting the game posts in, and being able to be really present to one-on-one coach them that way, which again, you guys have probably already been doing. I just haven't been doing as much as I should be.
I do have a question for you guys, because I know your recruiting has been fantastic. And this is, again, a belief system, I'm sure. How how are you guys doing new consultant training? Because I know, again, I have to be honest with myself, with my team, with you guys. I have completely dropped the ball this year on my business, and I know that I'm not training my new people. And after seeing Mike and his business, knowing that he's not getting any training from his director, kind of puts it in my face. And I know that that's somewhere I need to step up. But I feel like when we have a lot of people at one time, I get overwhelmed. And then when people don't show up and they're not consistent, it makes me go, bah, 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 and then lose interest in maybe those who really need it. So how are you guys doing new consultant training for your organization?
Well, we're doing it all pretty much one-on-one. I mean, each director, I think, is doing it differently. One of the things that we were just talking about on a call, Jen, I know you were, I think it was just a call with me and Jen and Amy, talking about, this is something I've heard over and over again, is recently is when I talk to a new consultant to say, my goal is to have you qualify and get that incentive in your first 2 weeks. And the way that we're going to do that is virtually. I mean, they're going to jump right into the virtual right away. And so I start a launch party for them right away, as well as they need to go out and find, and I give them that little guinea pig script, that they're looking for guinea pigs, and that they go out and message, 20 people right away, trying to get another 2 to 3 lined up. So there's like little things in there, but just getting them to sort of kick off, because again, if we can get them to have any kind of success right off, any kind of success, that's what I think is going to keep them engaged.
Because I was thinking, you remember when we did the 6 weeks to success, but that we didn't call it director bound.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like that needs to happen for the new consultants, like call that, whatever, new consultant training, call it whatever, maybe it's not just for new consultants, but then you can do your one-on-one from there. So everybody's getting the bulk of the message, and then you can do more one-on-one training. I didn't know if you guys were doing anything like that.
We're doing one-on-one training with our new consultants as directors. We do have a group that talks, and I feel like I need to go in, Tori, and maybe you and I need to work on that group with the new consultants about setting up the new parties. I think it needs to be tweaked. I don't think it's right. I don't think, especially since they've updated some of the site and stuff like that, we need to change pictures and everything. But we started a Facebook party or Facebook group that sort of says post number 1, like this is how to set up a virtual party. So you get them, and sort of goes step by step. But Tori had just reached out to me and said, can we put a video on about how to convert orders to individual orders when they're not qualifying? Because you know what, that's been a question, because we are throwing them into virtuals right away to get some sales going. That I'm having the same issue too. But I also thought to put a video in there about doing the adjustments too, like a product adjustment, something like that would be good. The thing is that there are great videos online in Consultants Corner on how to do that kind of stuff, though, already.
The reason why I said something about the individual orders is because Christy was looking everywhere for one, and she said she couldn't find anything.
She didn't reach out to me at all.
No, not your Christy, my Christy.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No,
Look at Django.
It's been replaced, Jennifer.
I have a new Christy too.
Okay.
I don't have a Christy, so I'm okay.
How about we go here? Well, web tools training.
It's in the knowledge one.
It is.
Yeah. But she needs to know to click there, and she may not know.
No. And I was in my cooking show, so I couldn't talk to her. But I called her when I got done and talked her through it. But that's when I was like, oh, maybe we should add that onto the
no, definitely. I'm just sort of going through host or direction. I don't know if I even see anything in here about converting.
Do you guys have a good activity on your new consultant group thing?
Well, I mean, what do you mean the good activity? I mean, the activity is that we put people on there and then tag them in those posts so they know what to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Can you add Pam and I so we can see what you're doing? Because I feel like I know that I need to get my rear in gear. We kind of have a page like that, but we don't do squat with it. So
Yeah. We can. Can somebody add, Tori, are you there? Can you add them on? I'm just gonna watch Lewis. But again, I think the key is whatever you do is to get them going, onboarded and working right away. That's the key.
well, I want to share some good news. I have 3 parties this week and an event.
Good.
I've only been doing 4 parties a month for several months. So for me to have 3 in 1 week, I'm really excited.
Good for you.
Thanks. I mean, I know it's not a big deal, but it's a big deal to me right now.
Yeah. Well, good. I hope that they work good with the with what you're doing with those dice things, because Jen and I have PTSD from that.
Sorry.
All right, girls. What else? Anything else? Thanks for coming on and just sort of, I know that it's important. I hope it's still important just for us to sort of just chat a little bit, see what's going on and get some ideas, hear what everybody else is doing.
Thank you for the reminder. I put an alarm in my phone and made sure so that I can write it on my calendar because I'm checking back into life a little bit here. So today, is it always the 3rd Monday that we do this call, or is there a specific day of the month that we do this? Since we're talking about scheduling stuff.
Yes, I'll tell you when I have it on my schedule.
I just invited you both to the group.
Thank you.
It is on, it's like the 3rd Monday of the month. So the 19th is when I have it on again.
Okay.
Oh.
Is it always 11 Eastern?
Yes, 11 Eastern.
Okay, so Pam, that's 10 our time.
Get it on your calendar, Pam.
It's on there, Pam.
Okay, girlies. Where did you go, Jen Howe?
What?
Where did you go? We can't see you anymore.
Oh, I must have hit the video button. I wanted to pick my nose in peace.
I think you were doing all of that for a long time. I thought, I don't know where she went, so I can't.
No, I didn't even realize I had the screen up in the corner because I was putting my schedule on my team page because nobody ever wants to shadow me. So,
Yeah,
you know.
but you keep putting it out there.
I keep putting it out there. Nobody wants to come with me.
All right. Well, good.
Well, your Christy had said something about shadowing, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, I was in Harrison, and that's where she lives, and she
Yeah.
Saw after my party in Harrison happened that I had a party in Harrison.
Because my party was in Harrison on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
So I stopped at her house and then went to the party.
Well, that worked out just perfect, didn't it?
Yep.
All right, girlies. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good
Have a
week.
good day.
Let's get the sun. The sun now is gone.
It's
Oh.
raining here in Minot.
Looks
I
like
can't even see the sun.
Gross.
Well, you're in your basement.
Well, it's because I now live in the bowling alley. I don't even have an office anymore, but that's okay. I focus better in here, so I don't even have a window. So I can't have squirrels. The dogs can't get me. I can be focused.
Yeah, in the bowling alley.
That's it. Yeah. Somebody called it the bowling alley, and so you can't see it because now I've got boxes here, but like literally. So.
All right, girl. Well, I'm up here because we don't really have heat in the basement unless I go down and start the wood stove. So it's just warmer up here. I don't wanna do
Anna,
that.
I'll come over and start it for you. I'm sorry.
Please do. Please do.
I think that it comes in a lot better up there than it does when you're in the basement.
This does? But the modem's in the basement.
Yeah, that is a good point, Tori. Yeah, you don't cut out. The only reason why you cut out is because you had to go to the dogs.
And
Yeah.
you move around. It's when you move around a lot and you do. Like you're bobbing and weaving the whole time.
Did you really never take down the graduation decorations on the door?
Nope, I don't want to. That's the only thing that's still up. The congratulations for Emma's graduation. That's how we remember her.
Oh, whatever. Dry up those tears. You were there. You saw her this weekend.
I know, I miss her already.
Well, I gotta go.
All right, have a great day. Great week, girls. Let's keep it going.
Bye, guys.
Bye.